tuning in again. I'm going to do a video talking today about gel eyeliners because it's actually one of my frequently asked questions about, you know, what kinds of gel eyeliner I use, how to use it, what brush do I use, things like that. So I thought I would answer all those questions today in this video. Before I do get started, I want to say, because people always ask about this makeup, I actually filmed a tutorial for it today, or a video. So if it's up before this video, I'll have it linked in the sidebar if you want to go check it out, and if it's not up yet, then it'll be up soon on my channel. Alright, so gel eyeliners. I get so many questions about this because I use these all the time, obviously. The one that I normally use is this one. This is actually from eBay. It's the same one as sold on some websites like Coastal Scents, and I think there's a couple of other websites that sell these now. These are generic brand eyeliners, gel eyeliners that are, I think, made in China. They don't have, you know, a brand name. They're just rebranded. It looks like this. It comes in a glass pot, like a glass jar, and inside is the product. It's a very kind of thick cream almost. Like it's a very, very thick cream or gel type of consistency, and you can get these in different colors. You can also get some of the eyeliners, gel eyeliners, from other brands. You know, if you don't want to use cosmetics made in China or whatever, you can buy some from other brands. For example, MAC makes some. They're called MAC Fluid Lines, and I have one. I have a couple of these actually. This is the black one. It's called Black Track. It comes in very similar packaging, and it's the same type of consistency. And you know, MAC makes them in different colors as well. For example, here's a brown one that I like. This is called Rich Ground Fluid Line. It's kind of like a bronzy brown one. Another brand that makes some is Bobbi Brown. I don't have those personally, but I've heard a lot of good things about the Bobbi Brown ones. And also there's some, I think, some drugstore lines that make them now. I know that, I think L'Oreal Hip makes them. You know, you can try them from different brands. The reason that I buy this one from eBay is just because it's so inexpensive. It costs about $5 or so, I think, including shipping worldwide. So that's really not very expensive. And the reason that I do that is because gel eyeliners have a tendency to dry out pretty fast. I mean, not super fast, but they need to be the exact right consistency for you to be able to use them really well. Once they start getting drier, what happens is that it'll start skipping. Like if you use a brush and stuff and you apply it, it'll start skipping, so it won't coat evenly and it'll just get really chunky and stuff. So I used to use this one by MAC, the Black Track. You can see it's almost like used up. It's just a little bit left, and it's totally dried up and I can't really use it. And I don't know exactly how much the ones from MAC cost. I mean, you'll have to check your local MAC counter or whatever. But they're obviously more expensive. So then what happens is when it dries out, I kind of just feel bad about wasting a bunch of product that I can't use anymore. What else I can say about the gel eyeliners is that not all of them are equally as opaque. What I found is that the dark ones, like black and brown, navy blue, colors like those, show up really opaque. And some of the lighter ones I have, for example, I have this light green one, and I really can't use this for eyelining. I use this more as a cream eyeshadow. I'll just use like a fluffier brush and use that kind of as an eyeshadow base. So I found that to be the case as well with MAC. For example, I have one by MAC in a gold shade. I think it's called Uppity, and it's just kind of more sheer. So you can definitely use these as eyeshadow bases. I would apply like Urban Decay Primer Potion or something underneath, and then use the gel eyeliner on top, and just kind of use like a fluffy brush, maybe something like this, and then you can just kind of feather it in, and you can use it as like a colorful base. So of course with these gel eyeliners, you're going to have to use a brush with it because it, you know, doesn't come with an applicator. So you can use a couple different types of brushes. I personally like to use a pointed brush like this, like just like an artist brush. I just find it gives me the most control, and you know, it's really easy to make a nice point with them. This brush, I often get questions like what this brush is because I use this a lot. This is the Illamasqua eyelining brush, and I don't know exactly how much this costs. You can check it up on the website of Illamasqua. You don't have to get this exact one. You could also use just go to an art supply store and get an artist brush, something like this. And you know, it's good to get maybe a few different sizes. Like the one from Illamasqua is a bit on the thicker side. And you can get a couple of thinner ones or something. Another really good one is by Sephora. I think it's the number 17 eyeliner brush, like their own brand. That one's a really good one as well if you're into these kinds of brushes. Another kind of brush that some people like to use is an angled liner, like an angled brush. I personally don't like to use these, but you know, some people are more comfortable with that. This, for example, is one by Afterglow Cosmetics, but you don't have to use this exact one. I'll just show you maybe how it works. So you would I'll just show you with the pointed brush. You would just get a little bit of the gel eyeliner onto the brush. Don't get too much, but you need like a good amount to get a nice line. And then if this was your eye, you would just make your line, and it's easy to make like a nice kind of trail like that. So it just makes like a really nice point like that. And the reason that I like to use the gel eyeliners over liquid eyeliners is because personally I find that they last the longest on me. My eyes are kind of on the watery, sensitive side, so I find that if I use you know, liquid eyeliners, for example, I used to use this one a lot. This is by Revlon. This is actually a pretty good one. This is Revlon Color Stay. It does come with like a brush applicator. Another one that's really easy to use is this one by L'Oreal. This is called the L'Oreal Super Liner Carbon Gloss, and it comes with like a brush, like a felt tip type of applicator. So these ones work really well as well. However, I just find that these ones smudge much easier, especially if you get watery eyes and stuff like that. These don't really last. So that's why I like to use the gel eyeliners. So there's obviously lots of places where you can buy these. I'll have a link on the side to where I personally source mine, like where I buy mine. I'll have a link to where you can check them out. Another question I get is how to remove them. You would just have to use like a dual phase kind of eye makeup remover, like an oil based one. You just basically shake it up and you get like a cotton pad, and you can just remove it with the oil based one. It's just easier than using like you just go over it and you see it's gone. So it's really easy to remove these. Lastly, the question I get all the time is, are these safe on the waterline? I personally don't know. You can probably look up on the website of MAC because they make these. You can look up on the website or ask like a MAC artist if these are safe for the waterline. I'm not sure if they're allowed to actually say yes, you can use a waterline, but I personally have used them on the waterline. So it just kind of depends on your eyes. Like if you have very, very sensitive eyes, then I probably wouldn't recommend it. But you know, I've used them without a problem on the waterline. And then to remove them from the waterline, you can just use a Q-tip or something with the oil-based makeup remover and then just gently take it off. Yeah, that's pretty much it on gel eyeliners. Like I do get a lot of questions about that, so I thought I would just, you know, do this video, let you guys know why I use it, how to use it and stuff like that, and where to buy it. Like I said, I'll have a link to where you can buy them for yourself if you do want to try them out. And I hope that was helpful to some of you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.